what are some of the ways that technology, I guess, what are the big three positive impacts, that technology has provided?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. In my experience, I remember going from, again, checks, right? Writing checks bringing them into the leasing office to pay rent. And so we've, I think, really done a great job of going away from that. So now everything is just all electronic, right? Um, Signing lease paperwork. That's another example of, hey, all of this is now um, electronic, right? So it saves time. Um, Province is pretty much 100% all. There's no paper. We're
Oh, wow.
paperless. And so it's good from another perspective, which is, if I'm a portfolio manager and I get a resident who calls me and I can pull the file electronically, now we've saved me having to make a phone call to my manager having to stop what she's doing to take my phone call, then to go pull the file, to then go look at the information. So, I think that's just a simple way of, hey, we've streamlined this, right? Or when I started due diligence projects, I used to do a lot of those, and we would walk units and we would have our paper. We go walk, we mark off everything. I'd then have hundreds and hundreds of pieces of paper that I now have to go through.
Yeah, yeah.
Data entry, right? I'm putting all this in a spreadsheet. And so just the sheer amount of time it takes to get all that information in. And then I remember the first time I had an app that allowed me to go in and select, take pictures just directly in there. And it makes such a huge difference and saves so much time when we're able to just have that information directly fed. And then we can just pull a report that's done. And it's just the amount of time it saves is huge.
Yeah, it's so funny how like every little thing just takes a long time, at least what we see from the multifamily industry. It's like 5 minutes here, 4 minutes here, 10 minutes here, and it all adds up to being like, hours and hours of just work for no reason.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's interesting because I think technology also creates another problem, which is I know that we're now seeing a lot of projects where we're having to go in and do green upgrades
Yeah.
on communities. And a lot of these are smart thermostats or smart locks, right?
Yeah.
And so we've now created, I mean, it's great, right? Because we're able to now be more efficient with electricity usage. A lot of these power bills are paid by the property. So it's a great idea, right? But unfortunately, what now happens is we now have a smart thermostat that someone may or may not know how to use. And so that's now another work order call that our guys are having to field. So I think there's just, you got to tweak it somehow, right? So it's like you want to move into this electronic space or this all, virtual space even.
Yeah.
And so we are seeing that where it's like, okay, well, now we have all these work orders. So how can we circumvent now our guys having to go out to open a door that someone can't figure out how to use?